Hi, I'm Christine Lafferty. I'm a trial attorney at Grungo Colarulo. I have been an attorney for about 6 to 7 years. Most of my professional career has been as a trial attorney. I have always, since I was little, watched legal movies, shows, whatever I can get my hands on, and sometimes some of them are realistic, but most of the times they are not realistic at all. This is the best clip from Legally Blonde when Elle Woods is cross-examining one of the witnesses at the trial, which leads to her clients, being found not guilty.
Tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Be seated.
Ms. Woods, you may begin your questioning.
The look on her face is every first-year legal lawyer's
First of all, I would like to point out that
scariness.
not only is there no proof in this case, but there's a complete lack of mens rea, which by definition tells us that there can be no crime without a vicious will.
I am aware of the meaning of mens rea. What I'm unaware of is why you're giving me a vocabulary lesson when you should be questioning your witness.
Oh, nobody wants to be talked to by a judge like that.
Miss Wyndham, when you arrived back at the house, was your father there?
Not that I saw, but like I said, I went straight upstairs to take a shower.
And when you came downstairs, what happened?
I saw Brooke standing over his body, drenched in his blood.
You never want to react to what a witness is saying on the stand.
Mrs. Wyndham didn't have a gun.
No, she'd stashed it by then.
Move to strike that from the record, Your Honor. It's speculation.
So stricken.
It's always good to have a second chair.
Miss Wyndham, did you hear a shot fired?
No, I was in the shower. I was washing my hair.
Miss Wyndham, what had you done earlier that day?
I got up, got a latte, went to the gym, got a perm, and came home.
The aha moment.
Where you got in the shower? Because isn't it the first cardinal rule of perm maintenance that you're forbidden to wet your hair for at least 24 hours after getting a perm, at the risk of deactivating the ammonium thioglycolate?
Yes.
And wouldn't somebody who's had, say, 30 perms before in their life be well aware of this rule? And if, in fact, you weren't washing your hair, as I suspect you weren't because your curls are still intact, wouldn't you have heard the gunshot? And if, in fact, you had heard the gunshot, Brooke Wyndham wouldn't have had time to hide the gun before you got downstairs, which would mean that you would have had to have found Mrs. Wyndham with a gun in her hand to make your story plausible. Isn't that right?
She's my age. Did she tell you that? How would you feel if your father married someone who was your age?
You, however, had time to hide the gun, didn't you, Chutney? After you shot your father.
I didn't mean to shoot him. I thought it was you walking through the door.
Order!
The plot thickens.
Order!
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That clip is hysterical. And I don't know why anybody would think that I've ever seen this movie before. Maybe I've seen it 20 times, and every time I see it, I think it is so unrealistic, but also that aha moment is that moment that every lawyer is looking for. So in this case, the aha moment definitely happens for her, and it would happen probably earlier. So in civil practice and even in criminal practice, before you even get to a trial, you are dealing with a deposition. So they would have deposed her. They would have found out that she had not showered because of the perm, and that aha moment would have happened way sooner, not in court like it did here for the dramatic, just pause and then, oh my gosh, she's guilty. It would have happened way before in depositions, and the case probably would have settled. They would have pled her out earlier or even, moved to dismiss the case. So it does happen. It's that moment we're all looking for, but you do so much work leading up to any trial, whether it's civil or criminal. They would have figured this out way before. I think the beginning questions by Elle, when she was asking the defendant, the lead up, that's really realistic. You try to set the scene. You try to, give the story to the jury. So I think that part was really realistic. But the part at the end where she's just nailing her with the questions, not letting her talk, and then, the criminal gets up at the end. She's yelling and, talking about how, it was her and why she did it. That's so unrealistic. I mean, we can look at it and we can laugh at Elle Woods. We could say she was a dumb blonde, but it kind of gives you that background that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. They shouldn't have judged Elle Woods by, what she wore, what she looked like. And I relate to it a little bit. I don't know why, but, I truly believe that it doesn't matter what you look like. It matters, what's on the inside and what's going on in your head. And clearly, even though it was something she knew a lot about, she was able to bring her own experience. And it's a good movie. It's a good feel-good movie. It's good to come off seeming young and inexperienced and maybe a dumb blonde, and then being able to show your adversary, whether it's in court, it's happened to me in depositions. So yes, I definitely have had an experience like Elle's.